Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. So welcome, guys. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Hopefully, you guys are feeling good, doing good. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me good in the chat room because I know audio issues lately have been happening quite more often than what we like. So just want to make sure you guys are good. Okay, excellent, perfect. All right, guys, no engineering the markets today. As you guys know, Jared is off on Fridays from engineering the markets, not like off from the chat room. He's actually in chat right now. And so we skip Fridays. We usually start at 8:30. But I'm sitting here having my cup of coffee and figure let's get started. Let's kind of Kevin B says slacker. No, he puts a lot of work. All right, excellent. Hey, good morning, Ryan. Good morning, CFC. Glad to see you guys. Good morning. Excellent. Yeah, story time. Let's get into some. Let's start a little bit laid back, and then once we get closer to 8:30, then we'll get things rocking and rolling with our regular programming. But from now, let's just kind of take it easy. We can answer some questions as well. If anybody has any questions in regards to the overall market or anything, we can get into that also. I'm also finishing my setup here, so I'm linking a few things as I'm doing this, so we can be ready to go at 8:30. So just bear with me as I do some of the setup part that I usually do around this time before I go live. So cool. All right. Good morning, Robbie. How you doing? Good morning, Maraba. Good morning, Mr. T. Good morning, guys. Excellent. Mr. Ma, good morning as well. Very good. Got a nice group to get started. Got the early birds ready to go. And our chat room, for those that do not know, opens up, I believe, at 7:30, 7:45. Is already open and ready to rock and roll here. So in case you're wondering. All right, excellent, guys. So right now, our market's looking pretty good. We're holding here, slightly up this morning. We're not selling off. We sold off last night. Yesterday a little bit after gapping up, but still looking very strong. So it's been an incredible week. And earnings has been a lot of fun as well. And it's funny, I was looking at the earnings calendar earlier, and I was wondering, how far into earnings are we? And man, earnings goes pretty long. I didn't realize how long earnings is. We're probably not even. I don't think we're even halfway, or we might be halfway. Let's see here. If we go back, the last day of earnings is October 1st, right? That Friday, and I mean we've been at this for quite some time, right? I think it was July. We started July or June. Yeah, June. So it's pretty long. I was looking at the companies that are coming up. We got some pretty decent companies coming up as well. We have Nike coming up. We have a lot of the tech companies are done, but here is our current week. Today, I don't recognize any of these companies here, so they're not going to be fun. Fridays usually are not great, so not worried about that. But next week, we got Home Depot, we got Cisco, we got Target, we got some retailers coming in here, so that's going to be that should be interesting next week. BJ's, a lot of retailers on here, Foot Locker, for the most part. So some of these don't trade all that well, but I believe that we'll get something out of this. But really, I mean, earnings season is great, but who needs it? I mean, this market, the SPY, everything going on, the CPI numbers and the data that's being released is providing a lot of great opportunities for us. So earnings is great, but this summer trading has been more exciting than I have seen in a long time. The following week after that, we do have some big ones here: Nvidia, Salesforce. Again, we got some nice ones coming up to bat here. So yeah, it'll be fun. All right, guys. So as we get ready, we were talking about in the chat, speaking of, stories and things that have happened to traders. And maybe we could do this on a regular Friday, on a regular basis. Every Friday, we'll hop on a little bit early and just kind of go over stories, the things that we can learn from. And I'll share my funny story that I had. This was probably, I think it was my first year of trading, my first or second year of trading. It was very early on, and I took this trade and I had to go get my daughter from school, and they had an early day. They had like a half a day, right? So it kind of set up the picture of, okay, I got to be done with trading pretty early, and then I got to go on my way to go get her. And I remember it was a Friday because usually they had an early day on Friday. They usually go to 3 o'clock, but this Friday for a couple of weeks they had an early day. So I start my trading. I'm ready to go. I'm feeling good. I'm having a good week. I remember that. And I remember that week we were just crushing it. Everything was just working, and that was fun. And you guys know Fridays, you guys just be careful. Don't go into the weekend, messing things up. And as I am taking my trades, I'm doing pretty good. I get stuck in this trade for being hard headed, and I don't stop out when I need to, right? So it kind of goes away from me a little bit, and I start doing my hard headed stuff where, wait, let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait for it to come back to break even, and it doesn't come back to break even. And one bad habit that I had that I finally broke some years ago was averaging down. You guys always hear me saying how averaging down is the devil. My biggest loss has been averaging down. And that was a painful lesson, and I don't do it anymore. That's a different story for a different time. But as I'm looking at this trade, I'm like, man, I got to get going. Time is running out. It's already getting to 11:30, 11:45. I got to head out. And I take like two average downs on it to see if it comes back to break even, and it doesn't. It's just kind of going sideways. So I realized, you know what? Let me watch it from my phone. As I'm driving, I'll watch it from my phone, and let's see if by the end of the day, I got a couple of hours before the market close. Let's see if it could come back to break even, right? So there's a thought process that I'm going through as trying to justify justify some of the decisions I'm making on the spot, right? So I do just that, go pick up my daughter from school. I'm coming back and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm just like, man, 1 o'clock comes around, 2 o'clock. Now you're running out of time because 4 o'clock is coming around the corner, and it's still just going sideways, right? Can you imagine, summer trading, not enough volume, just going sideways, doing nothing. At that point, I realized, okay, it's not going to do anything. And then it does a nice big drop, one more drop down. And I'm just like, oh man, this is not good. This is not good. So that's what I realized. Okay, you start getting to that painful moment where it's like, okay, you just got to take the hit now. You got to take the hit. You got to take the loss, and you have to just, move on to the next opportunity next week. Simple as that. So I'm all emotional. I'm just, stressing about this trade. So I go ahead and just, out of on my mobile phone, I get out of the trade and I'm done for the day. And it was just, I was so pissed for one, breaking the rules, obviously going past my stop loss and averaging down, just kind of breaking all the rules possible that you can on this trade. So I'm done. I start looking, let me take a break. I'll come back. I'll look at my report, do my journal, do my P&L, and I'll do all that fun stuff. That's not going to look great today because of this hit I took. And the loss was like $2,500, right? 2,500, no more than 3,000. I come back and I'm more relaxed now after being all mad. And as I started pulling up the platform to look at my trade, I realized that the trade I took was in the sim account. So there was this like, what the hell? The weight off your shoulders from the relief that this $2,500 that you have negative there was in a sim account was incredible. And then right after that was just straight laughter, like, what the, what? So big lesson learned there, man. It's like, it's everything looked exactly the same, completely as a real account, because that's what simulation is. Everything looks real, everything feels real. The only difference was my emotions, right? My emotions were tied into the fact that my mind believed 100% that this was an actual live trade. So it made me realize how important, guys, emotion, mindset, and psychology is, because you think the market is doing this to you. No, the market's not doing this to you. This is all internal. Everything happening here, nobody knows about. Market doesn't care. It is all internal, right? So that made me realize how important it is to understand that the market doesn't do anything to you. You're doing it to yourself, right? It's as simple as that. The market didn't decide to, put you in that situation. It's all you making that happen. All the feelings you're feeling about in being in this trade, let it come back. All those emotions are all just on this side, all on this side. So it was hilarious at first. It was hilarious at first. It was just like, how the hell did I made that mistake? And before we get to 7:30, we had other stories very similar to this one. I actually have a recording from Norm. So Norm and I used to trade live quite a bit in the chat. We don't do it as much. We're tied up with other things in the back end. But there was a time Norm was live. This is a different story. It's very similar to this one. And Norm was live. He was live on, which, by the way, he won't be joining us today. He has a couple of things to take care of. So shout out to Norm. He's going to be taking his son to the first day of school today as well. So he's going to be handling that. So shout out to him and Decker. Hope Decker has a great day at school today. And Peter will be covering for us this later this morning. So Norm's on the mic.
Are you there?
Oh, hey, what's happening, brother?
I'm here today. It's Monday. I'll be out, Peter.
Oh, it's Monday. I misread that text message.
My camera's just messed up.
Okay,
update
gotcha.
that happened. So I'm here. So I think I know what story you're going to tell.
Oh yeah, I have the recording.
But go for it.
I have the recording. I will dig it up for this weekend. I have it on my OneDrive, and this was hilarious. So we're on the mic because again, me and Norm used to be on the mic quite a bit. We're doing other stuff in the back end now, so we let other moderators kind of take a hit of that. But we were on the mic, and he was trading, and he was just on fire that morning. I think it was his. I think it might have been his second trade. I don't remember exactly, but he's on this trade, and he is like, guys, I'm done for the day. I said, hit go. I'm going to start parceling out and close this trade out. So he's doing his thing. Then he goes quiet for a second. And then all I hear is, what the f? And I'm just like, Norm, you okay? Did you hit the wrong button? What happened? He realized that he hit his go, well over his go, and he did it in simulation. I was just like, it was funny at first for me, and then it was painful. Like, oh man, that sucks, right? You think you hit your go, and you were stuck in sim, Norm. I remember that. It was a big day.
It was a big trade.
Yeah. I remember that, and that was the reaction was the most precious one. I have the recording. I have to pull that one up for a Throwback Thursday one day. So just kind of tells you guys, how funny things can get when it comes to sim in the live account, because it's so easy to switch over, in your platform to do that. So yeah, man, it's crazy. And I have another one from actually Mike. Mike at one time, he mentioned this one. Mike, he was trading live and he was going back and forth on trades, and he was just kind of not breaking all the rules, but taking a lot of trades because he was practicing some strategies. When he realized, he gets this message that says, you hit max loss. And I'm like, how can I hit max loss when I'm in the sim account? He realized he was trading in his live account. So this is how important that max loss is sometimes, because he completely thought he was in his sim account. So he's just taking random crazy trades and realized that he hit max loss. Thankfully that was there. He didn't keep going. So yeah, guys. So good morning, guys. Let's get into some of the stuff happening this morning as we finish up our morning session here, guys. Market has been just insane. Gappers list today looks a little bit wild. We have a couple of things towards the downside this morning, a couple of towards the top. I see Snap, a couple of names that we know here on deck, so we'll see what's going on there. We have also the market is up slightly this morning. Norm, do we have anything big coming out today for the overall market?
As far as data today, we've got import price index in 4 minutes here. We'll see if that does anything. 10 a.m. You've got University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index and their 5-year inflation expectations. So,
yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Again, a lot of big information that has happened this week. So the market is definitely having some fun. Jeff P, how do we set up a DAS IB max loss? You could do it right from your platform. You go to, I believe, File. I won't do it here because it'll show my account information. But you go to File, and I believe there's a forum post we have to look up. But it's one of these. No, I remember now. On your P&L account, you right click on that, and it allows you to set up a lot of restrictions as far as that. We have a whole video. We'll get you a link.
Yeah, we got a video somewhere. I'm pretty sure somebody can throw the link up to that.
Yeah, so it's just the way to do it. You can easily do this. A lot of stuff you could do on there. Max loss, daily loss, all kinds of stuff. Per trade loss. It's just it gets wild. Paul says, thanks for the great lessons on emotions and trading. Yeah, emotions. I'm telling you guys, emotions is probably one of the only thing that's not the same in the sim account. Everything else is pretty much like live trading. So if you can treat treat sim trading like the real deal, it's almost exactly the same thing. The only thing that's going to be different is if you're trading in a stock that has no volume, you're not going to be able to move the price, right? That's the only thing that's different. You're not hitting the market, obviously. But if you're trading like an AMD, something that has volume, is pretty much like the real thing, right? So definitely keep that in mind. All right, guys. So let's take a look at what we have yesterday, since we have a little bit of time here. 8:28 this morning. We have VREU, which was on deck. Let's take a look here. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is my list yesterday. VREU. I don't remember having this one on here. But this one was popping up. It did run pretty nice. I didn't watch this at all. I think my list might have been scrolled up because I don't remember looking at this at the market open. So let's see here. What did it actually do? I didn't miss much, looks like. This doesn't look fun to me at all. So didn't miss a lot there. Disney was definitely on deck here, guys. Took a bit to really get going, right? You had every candle overlapping the previous one here. So it didn't really give any continuation. If you look at this line setup right on here, right? If you look at that, you go below that, you come back up, nice engulfing, but you don't run. You come back right back down to this line here that we had as a support resistance. So you don't really get away from that until about 10:30. Remember, we spoke about this yesterday in the pre-market. We told you guys, wait a bit. Sometimes that first 30 minutes, that first hour can be choppy. Look at Disney. This is choppiness here, right? So if you find your stuff stopping out a couple of times, you take a break, and you can see here that beautiful opportunity, break of the low of the day, and just look how great this thing runs, right? For a couple of bucks there. So be patient, guys. Sometimes that open, especially when things are gapping up, there's a lot of news, big catalysts are a little bit difficult to trade. Here we have Mara, beautiful drop, nice engulfing pattern towards the top there. And you can see here, beautiful run towards the high of the pre-market there, and then good continuation. So Mara did trade very well. They get a little sloppy right here. A lot of, no good candles on there. But for the most part, had a decent open compared to a lot of the other stocks that were a bit choppy, like Amazon. Amazon here giving a little bit of chop as well, not picking a direction. A little bit later, hour or so, you can see how nice this thing starts trending after that, losing some key levels here, especially this low of the pre-market, guys. I mean, low of the day. Low of the day is a very nice level. You can see we test that a couple of times. Finally, we lose it. That becomes resistance. Good opportunity for an entry, guys. Take the trade. Good opportunity for an entry. Use the moving average as your stop, the next technical level, and see where it goes, right? And then track how well, how successful that strategy is for you. If it's good, keep doing it. If it's not, switch it up. Here's Rivian. Rivian wasn't great. I didn't like this. This reverse was tough to trade. Yes, it looks good here, but taking this trade after you're showing so much selling pressure, I mean, I clearly saw this, and it was just, there's no way to take a trade like this. For me, the way I trade, it was very, very tough. But there's Rivian, then it goes into messy area again, another drop, and then messy again. So it was just not a very clean trader yesterday. Unlike AMD, probably one of the better trading stocks yesterday. Look at this beautiful engulfing pattern. But what's good about this one, you get the continuation. Like if you look at Disney, you had the engulfing pattern, but you don't get the continuation. Here you got it pretty nice. And then if you missed that, no problem. High of the pre-market, guys. We love this strategy. Comes to it, tests it there. You get a nice pullback. That's your entry for the break. And look how great this thing runs, right? To the next level, we have this 101.71. So AMD traded very, very nice. And even in later parts of the day, also got toppy here. Look at the drop back to the 100 level we had, and then another continuation to the low of the day. So a lot going on there. AMD did trade very, very well. Plug was messy, man. I really was hoping Plug would do something fun. But it was just messy for like the first half of the day, every candle overlapping the previous one. There are still some scalping opportunities here, but for the most part, it was very, very messy. And then here, guys, finally, you had a nice breakdown towards the end of the day on Plus. So again, that was our action yesterday. You also had Apple, which was on deck, was very active. You could have taken some opportunities there. So with that said, guys, let's take a look at our gappers list and see what we have going on. Let's go ahead and Control A, Control X. Well, am I hitting the wrong thing? Oh, there we go. Control A, Control X.
Hotkeys jacked up again.
No, I fixed it. We got the correct thumbs up. We got the correct garbage can. Yeah, I fixed that. All right, guys, let's get to it here. So we have a TOST this morning, toast, and this is let's get our pre-market action. No, this is toast. This is actually not good at all. This is not good at all. So let's skip that. Let's head on down to AMC. Up 3.4 this morning and 3.8, and they are very active. 1.2 million shares traded. Yeah, this could be decent today. I like AMC. Actually, yesterday had a nice push up here. I believe I had it on my possibles list, but I did not. I did not look at it. So AMC looks very active this morning, guys. I like how the way it's setting up here. Norm, no news on this, right? Just kind of regular
Memeing.
memeing stuff, right? Yep. Take a look at MQ up 3.4 and no good at all, guys. No volume, just very messy. Daily's horrible. It's just nothing to see here.
This one's been
BBBY,
destroyed recently,
yeah.
and there was news yesterday. I think that the CEO is stepping down, so um, that might have something to do with it. But I don't think
Yeah,
it's worth a squat.
yeah. Didn't have a fun day yesterday. Did not have a fun day yesterday. Look at the
Yeah.
drop from 10 to 8. It's just messy, messy, messy. BBBY here up 2.9 as well. Could be interesting. Looking at pretty dead right now. Now like AMC looks a lot more alive this morning, but we know how easy this thing can get going. We'll put it on here. Let's see if the meme stocks are going to be in play today as well. SoFi, man, SoFi. There's just a hate relationship with me with SoFi. I don't. I traded like once and it wasn't well, and I'm not a big fan of this stock. So it's up 2.2. I know many traders like it, but I don't think today they like it as much because it's not looking too hot right now. So let's go down to Snap. What is Snap up to today? We are. Oh, it's not a whole lot of volume. So we're up 2.3 here, but we need more volume out of Snap. The only thing that I see is that we're trying to get above this gap down that we had some weeks ago, right? Back in July here. Huge drop, guys, from 15 all the way down to 11. I believe this is what was when they reported. It just did not do well. So we'll see. It's maybe possible for now. So the only thing I could think of at the moment for Snap. Okay, I think we covered everything. Shopify is popping up over here, but you guys know how I feel about that one. It is just a brutal trading stock, very, very choppy. Let's see what's gapping down this morning. Some tickers here that I am not familiar with, like starting with this one, OLO. And yeah, this looks brutal. I don't see anything fun here, down 32%, but I don't see anything that looks worth watching on this thing here. Heading down to PBR.
Funny is we've got the top of the up list and the top of the down list are both software companies that focus on the restaurant industry.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Toast and Olo.
Oh, nice. So someone's doing well, and this one is not doing so good.
Yep.
So, is there a relationship to this? Why this one's gapping up and this one gapping down? Are they competitors or?
Toast had yeah, exactly. Toast
Yeah,
had earnings this morning or last night. I think they both had earnings last night. So I guess it's
gotcha.
pretty clear which one's working better.
Mo is asking me, do I recommend Benzinga Pro? I don't use Benzinga Pro. I do use the Squawk. Charlie's very,
Yeah,
very
we
good
have
at.
this. We have the
Yeah,
Squawk on the trading terminal.
yeah.
I use Mo. I use like a dozen different things, but I mean, just between the Squawk and tradingterminal.com, the news there, and
Hmm.
then FinViz for individual tickers, things of that nature. But I use half a dozen or more sources generally
Yeah.
per day.
Yeah, we had Aaron from Benzinga. He works over there. He's a guy that works on the news, and he was on the Closing Bell. So there's an episode with Aaron from the Closing Bell. Look it up. He talks about Benzinga Pro and what is it useful for. So if you're that type of trader, it can be useful to you. So if they have a trial, try the trial, right? Maybe you might like it. I'm not sure if they do. But I don't use it, so I can't really comment on it. LIMN. This one on here down. I was gonna say Illuminati, but it's not Illuminati. It's Illumina. Okay, so
Aluminum.
this is down 15% this morning. Horrible, horrible pre-market action. I don't see anything good on this. Let's move down to CSSE. Was on our list yesterday.
Chicken
Looked
soup.
horrible. Yep, chicken soup for the soul entertainment. So yeah, no good. Horrible trading stock 6.4. Let's move on down. Here's
Gonna say
PDD.
all these Chinese stocks are down on fears of delisting. So
Ah, I just scroll down to the list and I see a lot of them on here. JD, Baba, Futu, XPEV. Yeah, they're all on here, guys. Got the whole gang on deck this morning, down between 4 to 3%. Uh, so we'll take a look at the ones we like. PTLO, no good, guys. I mean, you can see here how horrible
on
that is.
secondary, yeah.
Oh, brutal. PDD could be okay. Doesn't look too good though. for me. I don't like it as well. Miguel, no good. All right, so here's some good names though. JD, we have Baba, Futu, XPev. I'm gonna pick my favorite one here is gonna be Baba out of all of these. So that's probably the one I will watch this morning. They're not looking too great. Only 877,000, which is not bad, but they're not gapping up or down too big this morning, right? Actually, no, 3.2 is not bad. We'll see. This is the only one I like this morning. The rest of these are a little bit questionable. XPET might be a good one for the most part. Bob is the one I'm going to look at today. Norm, what do you like on your end so far?
Not a whole lot, man. Not yet. Still looking around. We'll see. We'll see what pops up. But the SPY has essentially retraced 50% of from the highs to the lows. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts. It might not do it today. I have a feeling today might be a little chop fest, and then
Yeah,
next week we'll
yeah,
start cranking again. See how the SPY reacts to making that 50% move back up. So
yeah, yep. I agree 100%. Um, Taking a look here, guys. We'll start with you guys. I see you're pointing out Neo this morning. Neo right now. They got volume down 2%. I haven't traded Neo in a while. And look at their daily has definitely changed quite a bit. I mean, they were not great before some of the news came out of their, situation possibly being a scam and all this good stuff. We're cooking the books. It wasn't great. But here, you can see here how nasty it has been. Right? We haven't had Neo in our list at all. So Neo didn't treat you well yesterday. Okay, so sorry to hear that, Rafsila. Yeah, I probably will watch Neo. Um, I'll probably stay away from him. But you know what? I want to see. I want to see something. Let's put it as a possible. I want to see something on it. All right, TOS might go to Disney. The Disney way today. Who knows? We'll see. It looks okay. It looks okay. Oh no, this is toast. No, this does not look okay. No, no, no. This does not look okay. Sorry, mistaken. Made a mistake there. No, no, no. Meta. Let's take a look. Meta up 1.1, 430. You know what? You can't put too much weight on Meta on the pre-market because yesterday they just took off, right? They just took off towards the opening bell here. So, and look at the pre-market around the time we're checking it now. It wasn't great. It did get a little better, so we got to give it a little bit of time here on Meta. Their daily's okay. It's not great, but we'll have to see. We got to wait for the market to open on Meta. Microsoft is probably the same thing. I mean, I don't see a lot of these usual suspects doing anything great pre-market right now, so we might just have to wait for the market to open. If we take a look at an Apple, Apple looks good on almost 9 out of 10 times here. Their volume's a little bit lighter for the most part, 486 compared to like a 800, mid 1.5 at this time. But their pre-market's not bad and their daily's not bad, so I like them actually. And let's take a look at our usual suspect, obviously AMD this morning. AMD is it's okay, very light volume, extremely light volume, only 200,000. So, Norm, I'm with you. This the volume we're getting now seems like we're setting up for a little bit of a choppy type day, choppy open. I mean, we have ran a lot in the last couple of days. Maybe people just need a little break here.
yeah,
TGL,
I think
this
there's
is
a
a
lot of people too that school's starting right around this time. We've got a lot of
yeah,
vacations. We're at the tail end of earnings
mm-hmm,
for the quarter. So this middle of August time,
yeah,
we've seen it year in year out, with the exception of when we had COVID catalyst going on. That was an exceptional summer. This is really ends up being some of the slowest trading of the year.
yeah, yeah. Here's TGL, which was a recent IPO. So again, you don't have a lot to go by on this one here. Treasure Global. So be careful. You're going to be trading this. It looks to be very active right now. 1 million shares traded. Did trade quite a bit yesterday also. Risky pile, guys. Just again, have a strategy if you're going to be trading this. You can scalp, but even scalping requires you to have a strategy. So be careful on that. Carlos, would I trade an ETF like KebWeb? Maybe not KebWeb, but I would trade like a SPY. I would trade like a QQQs, TQQQs. I would trade that. I haven't traded this one, but I would trade ETFs. Yeah, ETFs are tradable, but this is one that seems to have the least amount of volume. I like an
Brian
ETF like
trades this one.
Brian does, right? Yeah, I've seen Brian.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
the
even
Chinese
Jared might
ETF,
have. Yeah, I would prefer to trade like
Chinese
a
tech.
TQQQ. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my thoughts on it. Rivian, Rivian had volume yesterday, but it wasn't ideal. This morning up 1.7, 784. Let's see. We'll put it on here. Oh, if I can spell that correctly, Rivian. There we go. All right, we'll see what happens there. Anything else, guys? Metas on deck. Let's see what goes on. Again, not much to go by right now. Neo is okay. Having a secondary. BNGO. Is this a ticker? You're saying bingo. What is this? BNGO. BN. GO, we got going on? No. Oh yeah, we've seen this before. Yeah, no, this is no good. It's just messy, man. I mean, it's yeah, not my style of trading there. A lower price stock at $3. Just be careful if you are going to be trading this one. AMD isn't calling your name. No, AMD's not calling my name today. Definitely not. Maybe Peter's, but not my name this morning. Not the way it is right
That's
now.
exceptionally low volume for AMD.
It is. It is very low. So it's strange.
It's like it's halted.
Yeah,
It's so low.
I'd never seen it this low. 220,000. I mean, Nvidia has more volume this morning, by 225, and 225 for Nvidia is very different than 225 for AMD. Completely
Oh,
different.
yeah.
This actually,
Yeah.
Nvidia looks better today as far as volume. So, yeah. Sean, let's take a look at Tesla. And even Nvidia, I don't think it's really in place. Pretty flat right now. It's getting not a whole lot going on. We need these tickers don't have their own catalyst, guys. Why can't I type Tesla correctly? Here we go.
Stella.
Yeah,
It's a little early for a Stella.
A little early. It's one of my favorite beers, actually, Stella. So be a little early for that right now. Here it is, guys. Pretty flat as well. A lot of these guys, pretty flat this morning. So, all right, last one here. Let's look at this one. Then we'll go to community events and announcements. Then we'll get to answering some questions, things you might have, guys. But again, we won't push today. It's not a blockbuster day. There's not a whole lot to choose from like we had yesterday. Looks like everybody did their trading yesterday, and today they're taking off. LADB or BD. This one here, LabD, is not looking good. What is this? There's a ETF. Oh, ETF. Biotech bear 3 times ETF. So yeah, I don't know about this.
Brian trades that one too.
Yeah, Brian
But he
trades
usually
everything.
changes Labu.
Yeah, he goes Labu, but it's Labu is a ticker, right? Labu
It's the
is
same thing. It's the opposite
yeah.
of this. It's the
He,
long version of that.
I think Brian trades is just to be able to say Labu,
I think so.
yeah. So you could pick your poison there, guys. Cool. Baba might leave NYSE. I don't know. I don't know, but there's been talk about this delisting for some time now. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. This is why I don't know who could possibly be swing trading one of these companies. I mean, I get in and get out quickly, and I only do Baba because one of the bigger ones. But there's people that are trading some of these other names. Just like, be careful, guys. Anything can happen with these overseas companies, right? Especially in the Chinese companies. So careful. You guys know the warning that Norm and I have given you plenty of times there. All right, guys, we are set. Let's go to our community events and announcements. I know we're a little bit early, but it's going to be a quiet Friday the way we're setting up right now. What I'm seeing here doesn't look too overly exciting yet. We'll have something to trade. We always do, but in my list today might be very short based on what I'm seeing. All right, let's take a look here at our community events.
All right. Guys, anytime you want to check it out, go to bearbulltraders.com, click webinars up in the top nav bar, and it will take you to this page where it'll have our schedule for the next couple of weeks. Every Monday night, you've got Carlos onboarding and technology class, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's especially for new members, and that is open to all membership categories, including the trial membership that we'll talk about in a moment. Tuesdays, dedicated to strategy. Next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m., you've got Peter talking about his lightning bolt pattern, and Andrew the following week talking about the art of trade management. Wednesdays, we dedicate to psychology. Next Wednesday, we've got Randy Howell talking about unlocking the hidden potential of your trading mind. And the following week is Mike, part of his Trading Psychology 101 series, creating a psychology journal. It's on the 24th. Then Thursday is for mentorship with 11 a.m. with John, 4 p.m. with Ed, 8 p.m. with Thor. Don't forget about StockTradingSimulator.com, our free web-based replay simulator where you can go to StockTradingSimulator.com, 24/7 to go hone your trading skills. And while you're there, sign up for the homework. It just 2 emails a week that points you in the direction of what trades, where to go look for what's moving in the past. Speaking of that trial membership earlier, you can go to barreltraders.com on the homepage. Scroll down about halfway, you'll see the membership category table. You'll see the intro membership. Click join now. When you're prompted to put in the discount code PreMarket24, it'll get you a discount off of that. It is not a recurring payment. It is one time only. 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room, after which it cancels itself. And if you'd like to take advantage of all the webinars just discussed and the recordings of the one from the past, you can, once again, Read 50 is open for however long we can fill up his schedule again. Read 50 will get you a free one-on-one coaching session with Dr. Kenneth Reed and an elite annual membership.
All right. Thank you very much, Norm. All right, guys, here's our list right now. Again, looking pretty light. I have Rivian, which I'm not even a big fan, based on how I traded yesterday. I have AMC on there, which looks pretty good right now. Good volume as well. Good daily as far as the last 2 days here is showing a lot of buying pressure. We have Baba, which is gapping down here 3.1. I like the setup right now in Baba, actually. Looking at this daily a little bit close. We got some good levels towards the bottom here that we can continue to run if we're going to be weak today. So that is looking very good there. And then I have Apple, which again has some volume and a nice daily as well. So not a big list. AMD very light on volume. I hopefully this thing can get going at the market open. We have Meta, which will give it a little bit more time. See if volume comes in as we get closer to 9:30. BBBY, another one that can be very explosive, not doing a whole lot at the moment. Snap is, I have Snap on here, but man, it is completely dead as far as movement so far. And then we have Neo, which actually Neo has some good movement on here, down 2%, 1 million shares traded. It just has not been the same trading type stock that we are used to in some time. So we'll see what's going on there. Ryan says AMD above 2750. Sorry, AMC. Yeah, could be. We'll see. We'll see 2750. Well, it's right here, this spike over there. Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll see. Hey, look at AMC and the run it has had. I mean, it has just been wild on AMC here. So will be a good one for today, hopefully. Hector, we can officially call it a weekend. Yes, I agree. The weekend is here, guys, based on this list that we have. Again, we'll find something, but you just gotta shift your mindset as a trader. There's not a lot to choose from here. Especially if you're a newer trader, what happens is, you come in, you set up, you're ready to go. Every day is very exciting as a new trader. And the last thing you want to do is hear from me or hear from the market. The market's telling you this, not me, that today might be a day where you don't take a trade because your setup is not there. It's the last thing you want to hear, especially going into a weekend when you're not going to be able to trade for the next 2 days. But that's how you build that discipline. Being able not to trade when stuff looks like this, where you are not getting your setup, that's important. That's very, very important. If you build that discipline, it's going to help you big time in the long run. Again, you're being a trader is not about just 1 day or a week or a month. It's about an extended period of time. So keep that in mind. But yeah, going through our gappers list, see if I find anything else that might be looking interesting, but I do not. Guys, if you see something that looks great, right? Good volume, we're getting some kind of gap up or gap down on it, or catalyst, or a really great daily, call it out to us. But for the meantime, I think this is going to be my list for right now. Let's get to some questions. Anybody has any questions, any comments, thoughts that we can discuss, and then we'll come back closer to 9:15. Finish our list, and we can get to doing some levels a little bit later. About 10 minutes, we'll start doing levels because it's too early right now, and we'll see what else we have here. How do you get horizontal lines on all your charts? So it's 2 ways to do that. The first, right over here, you could do it manually here, right? You could click on this thing. What I have done is on my shortcuts, I have set up the trend, the line there. So all I do is I hit a shortcut key here, and I get this level, right? I'm able to do this quickly. So, and then I also set up shift. What is this? It's a little thing left of the one, the exclamation point. I don't even know what that's called. But I hit that to create levels, and then I hit shift and that same key, and it deletes levels, right? So it makes it very, very easy. Thoughts on Amazon? Let's take a look here. And then one more thing. These here, these highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, if you go to our education center, we do have a video on DAS and how to set that up. So it automatically shows the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, right? So you can put that on there. Is that the tilde key? Okay, here they go. The tilde key. I hit the tilde key there. Makes that happen. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Take a look at Amazon this morning. See what we have there on our buddy Amazon. It's pretty quiet, I bet, right? Yeah, it's pretty quiet. 845,000 for Amazon is not a lot. Amazon trades very, very heavy volume, right? I think he meant how to make global trend lines. Global trend lines, so they show up on every single chart as well. How to show up on all your charts. Yeah, global trend lines. So I forget where that was that located, right? But there's a menu. There it is. Chart config. Yeah, you could do that. You could set that up. So that's, guys, very, very configurable. You could do so many different things. I'm surprised with the amount of um of hotkeys that you can set up on charts. I mean, you can set up a hotkey for everything. It is just insane. There's a hotkey that um uh, can hide the borders, like this border here, right? Instead of having the big border, there's a hotkey to hide that and show that. I mean, it's just incredible how much stuff you could do. So Amazon, guys, going back to that one, I love the daily, great daily, gapped up here. We've been just kind of hovering here, so we're due for some kind of breakout, above 145 or below 140. I just don't think today's the day, because right now, the way we're looking with this market, it seems really, really sleepy. We got a sleepy market today, guys. I mean, this thing is not doing a whole lot. The SPY is kind of somewhat flat a little bit. It will be very interesting what we do here at the market open. And I don't think there's any major news that's going to come out today. Everybody's just kind of taking it easy. So we'll see. We'll be interesting how the SPY and the Qs are going to react today. Get ready for some chop, though. I'll tell you this much: if nothing happens with the SPY, a lot of these tickers that we like to watch, they don't have earnings, they don't have anything in the back end causing them to pick a direction. The only one here that's actually doing their own thing that I like is Baba. That's the only one that has a catalyst that is dropping down 2.9, that can actually do very well. So I think this is probably, if I were to pick my favorite stock out of this list, it's going to be Baba for sure. 100%. Just the way this is setting up today. So so that is my thoughts on Amazon. I think it falls under a good possible if it can get going. Someone mentioned, what was the other one? Someone mentioned here. I saw another one on there. Let me mute this, because I know that could be annoying. That little ding. Every time another moderator is on, I hear that ding. I think it's me, and it's not. So you always, when I mute this thing here. Okay, there we go. There was a ticker before Amazon or after Amazon? I lost it here. CVE. What is CVE? I almost said CVS. CVE. Ooh, no. Where's my? There we go. That's what I think about this one here, guys. It's just, you do not want to trade this. At least not now. Maybe it might get better at the market open. Now it's not looking great, though. I'll tell you that much. It is. I don't see why I would look at this. No. Yeah, so no good there. All right. So, and the reason for that, Brian, if you're new, I mean, just look at what's happening here. First, you have no volume, right? That's the one thing. We need volume. You have none there. This is what energy play. So maybe this is a good swing trading stock. You don't get no volume overall on the daily. You're down below 9 million for the most part. You still get movement out of this. So I can imagine the market actually looks much like this one. This to me is not friendly trading when you see this type of volume here. Yeah, it does trend nicely. So maybe if you want to catch an opportunity for a swing on some energy stuff, but then you got to have a thesis like Artie would say, right? If you're going to swing trade something, you have to have a plan. And that means you now have to look into the company, what's going on here, why is this moving, news articles, and now you're becoming a fundamental trader, which I am not at all. So I want to stick to the technical side of things. Very important, guys. So yeah, when we are looking at this analysis in the morning, we're looking at strictly as a technical trader, right? And there's nothing wrong between fundamental traders and technical traders that are both really, really good. If you combine both, For example, I use Artie again as my example. I think he's the perfect combination of a technical trader and a fundamental trader because he's very technical. You can tell by his charts, but he also wants to have some fundamental data behind it, right? When he takes his trade, so he's kind of like the balance, the hybrid when it comes to that. There's some people that are just all technical, and that's kind of me. But if you can have some fundamentals, that'll be good as well. And there's other people that are just strictly fundamental and they're just looking at the company information. They're really diving into, what is the company doing? Are we at value? Are we doing this and that? And they're both very different type of trading. You just got to find out what works best. Um, okay, what else, guys? So we have that. We have over here CCL, Disney. We'll look at those. Let's take a look at CCL. What did it do yesterday? I had it on my secondary list, but I did not look at it one bit. Let's see what CCL did. Oh, it was not nice. It was not nice. It seems very, very choppy like here. And what we mean by choppy, let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in a little bit more actually. Can we do this? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do the 5 minute. Um, let's blow this thing up here on your screen so you can see better exactly what we're talking about. If you haven't done so already over on YouTube, guys, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very much as we get our Friday going here for the last trading day of the week. We'd like to be between 250 to 300 likes. That is our goal for the thumbs up there. So if we look at yesterday's action, see, when you look at these candles here, right, especially these three, there's just no movement whatsoever. You're just kind of stuck in a really tight range. And I say tight because if you come across, that's what, 1065, and up here you are at 10 that's going to be what, 1070. So you're not moving a whole lot in here. You're throwing some big volume around, but you're not moving, right? And we need stocks to move. You do get a nice little breakout here. It doesn't run too far. The biggest move on CCL was from 1090 all the way down to 1050, which is not bad. That's a clean drop there, but again, very tough to trade to take there. I don't see a pattern that looks very good. There's no double top on here. There's no mountain pass. So to take this trade, it's a little bit hard to do. Losing the low of the day there doesn't really give you a big run anyways after that. So it's just not a whole lot setting up here for CCL yesterday. Even though they were trading volume. This morning, I'm not seeing they're looking good for a possible opportunity today. So just doesn't look great right now. Disney had a big day yesterday, guys. I mean, what a day for Disney. Let's take a look here at our daily first, and we had this again insane pop, sold off, but that's okay. We had such a big move that this sell-off is okay. And then here we have this morning we have a little bit of a pop. We're up 1.3, 100,000. So this should be. Oh no, we're missing. We need to be above 2% to be on our gappers list. Um, I'm not sure today. I'm not sure what you're going to get on Disney, guys. It can really go either way here. Yeah, it can go either way. If we decide to hold, if we decide not to be weak and hold here, it can just go sideways. I think you'll have a better shot if we do sell off. You have a better opportunity for it running nicer. It can go either way here. We need more information on Disney. That's what I'm thinking there. A tech you want a tech mental trader, so combine fundamentals and technicals. Yeah, yep, I agree. Hi, Carlos. On Trading Terminal, they can configure the overview page to display the top three trending tickers next to the horizontal bar graph. I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to our developers again. Right now, we're just and Artie's working really hard on Trading Terminal, just kind of make it more stable, right? So it can become a more powerful tool. But I think we're open to suggestions. Send it over to me, Carlos at bearbulltrades.com. I'll send it over to them. But again, just doesn't mean it's going to be done. It just means that, hey, we're thinking about it for phase 3, 4, 5, if possible, if it makes sense, right? But we're always open to ideas and suggestions to make this tool for us a lot more powerful. Netflix, what do we have going on with Netflix? Daily looks good. So Netflix on daily looks interesting. Pretty quiet as far as volume right now, so we'll have to wait for the market open to get going here this morning on Netflix. All right, so that we're set there. Let's look at what else we have, guys. What else you guys like? Yeah, it's like the electrical trade. Yeah, Disney was an amazing short yesterday. Amazing short. Yeah, it's okay to throw stuff off topic because we are kind of hanging out right now. There's not a whole lot to watch at the moment, and we'll do levels in another 5 minutes or so. I mean, I'm only doing levels for five tickers today. Rivian, AMC, Baba. There goes AMC, guys, starting to heat up a little bit, heading towards the high of the pre-market over at 26.60. So, nice there. And then let's see, Baba and Apple. Apple heating up as well. The SPY must be moving up. Yeah, this probably was costing them because these guys they have nothing going on their own except AMC. AMC could do crazy things on his own. Do you often trade limit orders instead of market orders to avoid ECN fees? Never, never, never. Um, I used to. I used to when I was trading smaller size. It's when you trade smaller size, it's one of these things like, man, you're trading, risking $10, as you're getting started to make 20, make 25, or make 30 if you can't do 3 to 1. And then when you're done, especially the way I trade, I partial out quite a bit. And when you're done, you start looking at your account. You're like, okay, so I made $45 on this trade, but I'm only keeping, 28.59. That kind of sucks, right? Because kind of almost half of it's gone on ECN fees, on minimum fees for a trade. So it does suck. And as a trader, you're being responsible by trading small, which is what you should do, right? That's exactly what you should do. You have to train your mind to know that, right now when you're trading small, when you're starting out, it's not about the money. It really is not about the money. You have to forget about that P&L completely because you're trading now to build the habits to be able to trade at a larger scale later down the line. That's all it is. It's like a basketball player, right? I mean, you got Steph Curry taking, 100 free throw shots, 300 3-pointers, right? On practice. All he's doing is he's just building that muscle. Those points don't count. The 300 shots, great. That's not going to help you in the game, right? As far as points, they don't count. He's not counting how many he made in a row. It doesn't matter. He's focused just in the process, right? And as a trader, that's what you're doing at the beginning when you're trading, $10 risk, $20 risk to make 20, 40. You're just focused on the process. You don't care if the ball went in or not. You care, did you let your risk go? Did you follow through on your risk, right? Was your stance done correctly? That's all you're focusing on, right? The result, whether it goes in or not, you don't care about that. As long as that setup that you're taking, 2 feet straight, planted, shoulders, up and straight towards the basket, releasing that hand and making sure you're following through. That's all you're worried about. If it goes in, great. If it doesn't matter. Just want to make sure that follow through and everything else is done correctly. That's what you're doing when you're trading $20, the $10 risk, right? You're just focused on the process. You don't care about the money. But as you're focused on the process, you're not going to do it with a big amount of size, right? You don't want to do that yet. Slowly, you start taking this bigger risk, bigger risk, bigger risk. But if you focus on the P&L when you're trading small, it's brutal. You do not want to do that. Hey, there he is.
Yeah, we'll see how long it sticks, man. That's been
Oh
the
yeah,
problem is
because
it
it
freezes after
freezes.
like 30 to 60 seconds. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just heard you were throwing some wisdom, so I thought I'd hop on.
Yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely, man. I
agree.
mean, we dealt with this plenty of times. No, me and you seen this quite a bit. It's just all about the process. Then we're not saying no. Creator last night, guys. Well, not last night. 3:30 says something very important that we're all trading for the money. There's no question. We're traders to make money. But if you're focused on the money, you're gonna have a problem. Especially, she said this great thing that if you focus on the money while you're trading, that's not
Oh,
a good
it'll
idea.
screw you up. Yeah, that's bad.
That's not a good idea. So focus on the money after you're done trading. Maybe at the end of the day, you look at how much you made, how much you lost. Okay, no problem. But during the time of trading, you don't want to make decisions based on the money or focusing on the P&L too much. And I think that was a great way she put it. I gave you a short version of it. If you missed it, definitely go back and watch it. It was yesterday's closing bell. So very, very important there. So what's going on boys? Oh, what's going on, boys? Yeah. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Um,
I don't think
never.
it's a ticker.
I was ready to pull that ticker up. Let's see, is it a ticker? I would not be
God, I don't
surprised.
even want to know.
No, no, it's not. It's not. Um, so yeah, guys. I mean, it's tough. I mean, a lot of you guys are professionals. You're making, whatever you're making a year, and now you want to try trading, and you're here, trading very small size. That's difficult to do. It was for me at first too. You're coming from making this amount of dollars that you're used to now saying, "Hey, honey, I made $25 today." She's like, "Wait, you made what? What are we gonna do with that, right?" But that's the process. That is the process. Unfortunately, if you skip that process, it can be very painful down the line. So. Very, very important. All right. Anything else, guys? Any questions you have for us as we get ready for our Friday here? Norm, have you seen anything worth trading today? That's uh, question of the day.
Oh, not yet, but there's always something. We'll find
Yeah,
something. I
yeah,
just I think it's Friday. It's mid-August. Uh, it's usually slow. Just don't be patient. That's the most important thing on days like this,
yeah,
to be patient and, like Carlos was saying, follow the process. Because if you're impatient, then something will show up at some point in the day. It might not be right at the open. It might be 30 minutes in. It might be an hour in.
yeah.
Um, and Yeah,
Terry's asking it.
you don't want to ruin your day before anything actually happens.
Correct, correct. On non good setups. Is that a summer Friday thing? Nothing to find that's good. Um, Yeah, again, summer trading. This summer trading has been a lot more exciting because of all the new CPI there. A lot of stuff going on that's making this summer trading a little more
Yeah,
exciting than it usually is. But usually summer trading, there is a difference. You don't get the runners, you don't get this movement on the SPY. But there's a lot going on, right? The SPY has been down quite a bit. Tech has been down quite a bit. You're getting a bounce that it just happens to land during summer trading, which is making things a little more exciting. But for the most part, it's not just a Friday thing, it's a summer thing. But Fridays are worse out of all the days for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah. And today you're seeing
Everybody's
that.
left for the home in the Hamptons.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Everybody did well yesterday. They're done for the month, a week, whatever. Carlos, do I use Camarilla pivot points? I do not, as I don't use them. I think they're a great indicator, but I don't use them for trading. So, but a lot of people in our community do. I mean, they're really good indicators. I see a lot of great trades out of them. I do notice that sometimes that those S and R levels do line up with my daily levels. Not always, but I do, and yeah. So, but I don't use them personally.
Connor's asking, when do things you typically pick back up? September. I hate to tell you this, but
It's later. It's
it
like
usually late September.
yeah,
Things
yeah,
slowly start to get better after the Labor Day holiday. People are back, school's back and everything, but trading starts to pick up slowly, gets better toward late September, and then when October it really picks back up when earnings cranks.
yeah, yeah. Question here from Mo. I am trading on IB and I have all the hotkeys set up. I have a feeling you guys are trading more efficiently on DAS. Is that a DAS? Is DAS a must-buy tool to survive by IB? Um, I don't want to say it's a must-buy because I know some great traders are using, for example, even Think or Swim. But the key thing here is your trading style. What style of trading are you looking to do? And if you want to trade like, for example, like Thor, like Andrew, like Brian, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do with IB, right? DAS is more set up for active trading. It's very difficult to do with Think or Swim as well. But if you're more of a slow paced trader, if you're looking for trend trades, double bottoms, where you don't need to make a decision that quickly and you can afford a couple of cents on the entry, then you can use Thinkorswim. You can use Interactive Broker. So it all depends on your style. I don't want to say that's a bad application, bad software, bad platform because it's not. They're very powerful. I already use them for options all the time. That's all he trades with, and he does very well. So it all depends on your trading style, man. That's really what it comes down to. But I gotta tell you, I tried Thinkorswim, and DAS is just so clean and light, man. You know, yes, I compare this. It's like a NASCAR and a Ferrari, right? Ferrari's gonna have the radio. You're gonna have a lot of fancy things, the power windows, and you could move pretty decent. NASCAR's not gonna have all of that. It's gonna be very light, but it's gonna go pretty fast, right? And it's just what do you want? What type of trader driver you want to be, right? So that's what it comes down to. There's news on Microsoft I'm not aware of. Microsoft doesn't look good
Not
right now
much
though.
news.
Huh?
Not much news.
Yeah, not much. I don't see nothing much happening here. Can you explain the opening range breakup strategy? No, we'll go into like half hour if we really dive it deep down to it, Joey. But there's some good videos that we have on this, right? So if you go to Bearable Traders and on our channel, you search opening range breakup, well, you're gonna see some good videos on there that we can get to read really good detail. Right now, I just don't have it. We don't have enough time to really give you a good explanation, guys. I set some
I
levels
think
for
there's
these
even
four
one on
tickers.
YouTube. It just I
Even on
would
YouTube.
search on our
Yeah,
YouTube channel,
yeah, on our YouTube
uh,
channel. Yeah, yeah.
orb or opening range breakup,
You'll see a lot
and
on there.
there'll be videos.
Yeah. Guys, let's set levels for these 4 tickers that we have today. Rivian, I'm only adding 39.71. That's all we need. High of the pre-market. Outside of that, highs and lows for the last 2 trade days, doing a pretty good job. I'm not a big fan of this one. I have it here because we'll see what happens. But again, I probably might change it once I look at the moderators lineup. AMC towards the bottom, you are set. Only going to add here this 27.40. I will mark down the high of the pre-market, 26.59. We're trying to get there. If that can get above that, that'll be nice for a possible breakout. So that's AMC there for you. Very easy day as far as levels. Baba also surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. I am going to mark down this level down here, 90.76, and the low of the pre-market. And that's all you really need, guys. Don't make this complicated. Very, very simple levels there. Highs and lows surrounding the price action. High of your pre-market is pretty much previous day close. That's going to be more important in your set there. Here's Apple. We should have some stuff towards the bottom already. Yep, highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. The high and the low actually previous day close and high from 2 days ago. So I mean, really looking at this one, you don't need to add a whole lot. We are pretty much flat on a lot of these things. And they're just stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Once we start getting some breakouts on a lot of these, then we'll probably have some better opportunities. We can look towards the bottom to get more levels, or towards the top by looking at the left to get more levels on the daily. But right now, keep it simple, guys. Let's have a simple, easy Friday today. So with that said, let me bring in our moderators list, see what our moderators are looking at today. Let's go ahead and disable this. You don't get the mirror effect. As I am doing this, guys, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting at a low of 170. We're going to try to get to 250, 300 would be incredible. So if you can help us there, that would be appreciated. If you've done it already, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys and the support you're providing to our channel. Bringing this over here. Let's see what we have. Let's move this there. And perfect. Let's go ahead into our process here. So we have Dima looking at Amazon, Rivian, AMD, and Apple, very similar to what I have here. I have Amazon on my secondary, I believe. Thor, Rivian, Spy, Baba, JD, and Neo. Again, a lot of the Chinese stocks in play today. I do have Neo on my secondary also. So these actually look like they're doing something compared to everything else. Peter, a couple IPOs opening up today. His list, AMD, Apple, and Rivian. Secondary list, Meta, Neo, and Baba. Megan looking at PayPal. Maybe Megan's been liking PayPal quite a bit.
Ref's in another huge list from Megan.
Megan's list average is like 3. No, not even. It's like 1.5. Because her usually list is very, very small. So PayPal, she's been watching PayPal quite a bit. Jared's looking at Jared. Jared's looking at Jared. Jared's looking at Baba, Pins, and AMC. Secondary is Rivian, Neo, Old Fashioned with cherries. Eamon will be looking at long. BERU was very active yesterday. Potential short BE and potential shorts later today. Netflix and Roku on his list. So, guys, that is what we have. We'll wait for Brian to hop on and get going here. We'll see if he throws out his list. As you guys know, it is Friday, so just be patient. This Friday, like as Norm mentioned earlier, you got to be patient. Do not waste all your ammo trying to make something work that's not working.
Guys,
very selective.
I got to hop off. My mom's calling me, so I got to make sure there's not some kind of problem. But take care, guys. Trade safe. Have a great week.
All right, have a great weekend, Norm. Hope all is good with your mother. But yeah, guys, just be selective today. Be very, very selective on what you decide to trade. And yeah. So you cut off the Wi-Fi. You guys remember that when someone used to call and cut the Wi-Fi? If you were on 56K, oh man, or if you're in line, your parents pick up the line and disconnect you. What you hear is what was it? The sound the computer made, man, it was some great times. There's some really good times. 56K dial-up. You were rolling. AOL, you got mail. That was great. Remember that? That's a great feeling. Logging in and saying you got mail. It's like, wow, who emailed me? It's actually an email. It was not really. Oh man, you are throwing it back. Yes, let's look at this here. For those over on our YouTube chat, you guys remember this here? They had this weird sound. Good times. I know the young crew in our community is saying, what the hell is Carlos talking about? But yeah, our computers used to talk in some weird language when connecting to the internet. Good times. All right, so guys, we pretty good small list. Not good, but nice small list here. Baba, probably one of my favorites. Apple it started to heat up a little bit. AMC getting above 26, 59, very nice. And Rivian here. Rivian is just why do I have Rivian on this list? It's because it has some potential. Maybe that's probably what it is. It has some potential to do something, so I'm going to keep it on here. Uh, AIM, yes, yes. It's funny. So if you guys saw on my Twitter account a while back, John was getting just hammered with these spams of ladies hitting him on saying, "Hey, what's going on?" Whatever. And the same one that messaged him, I was trying to get his cryptocurrency, whatever, also messaged me, and the first thing I said was ASL. And if you guys remember this from if you're young, if you're old enough, you guys remember what ASL is, right? This was the messenger on AOL. You used to type as ASL, sex, location. Jonathan, we're in the same age. So this was a thing when you communicate with somebody, you ask what's their age, what's their sex, what's their location. It's kind of like, hey, great to meet you. Who the hell are you, right? And that's kind of what you did. So when I typed that over, they're like, I don't know what you mean. I'm like, I can't talk to you. You're way too young to be talking to me if you don't know what ASL is, right? So it was so funny how they had no idea what that meant, right? Um, or too old. Yeah, I don't think there are grannies out there trying to scam me out of my Bitcoin wallet, right? I don't think that's the case. I don't think grannies out there trying to take your cryptocurrencies. But yeah, so that's what that was. I mean, if you're old enough, you will remember that. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time in the internet when things were just starting up. All right, excellent. Brian, don't keep me here because I will keep talking all the way to the market open. So always cut me off if you're ready to go. No rush, but if you're ready to go, cut me off and it's all good. There's our Brian with his list. He's looking at TOST, PBR, BABA, AMC, and V for fun. So that would be interesting. Yeah, see, this brings back good memories because again, this was kind of like my childhood, right? Well, a little bit later, kind of teenage years, where we had these AOL sign up and everything. So this was nice. What is Peter sharing here? What is this? What we got going on? StarCraft. Is that a game? Peter, what kind of game is this? Video game. Looks nice. Looks very interesting. Very interesting. Um, Cause I have made 6 different AOL screen names to throw my friends at school. Very nice. Very nice. All right, we're if Brian takes any longer to come on, this chat is gonna go downhill pretty quickly. Guys over on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. Hey Brian, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Remember, it's Friday. The key thing today is going to be very patient with the process. Wait for setups because as Brian's going to go through now with our chat room, there's not a whole lot that looks great. So patience is going to be the key today this morning. So Brian, hand it off to you guys. Have a great weekend over on YouTube. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey, good morning, Carlos.